welcome back to Statesman.com and our absolute final high school blitz. This is our postseason edition. And Thomas, we're going to talk about players that made the first team, very much deserving players. Let's start from the very top. We all know that Charlie Brewer, Lake Travis, is going to be, well, he is our player of the year and he's our first team quarterback. But there are so many more talented players in Central Texas other than Charlie Brewer. Charlie Brewer was unanimous pick for player of the year. And the one player that was also the easiest choice of all, Bo Corrales for Georgetown. 83 catches, I believe. I don't have the numbers in front of me. Almost 1,400 yards receiving. He is a free agent in recruiting. He originally committed to Texas State, then to Iowa. He was by far the best position player I saw this year, and he was my easiest choice for first team on the offense. I like Malik Jackson. He's a fantastic receiver from Taylor. I saw him play the first time. He's a high school football player with a college football body, and the guy can run, he can pass. He's going to be fantastic at the next level. I thought Andre Blakemore. McCallum didn't get a lot of publicity before the season. I thought Andre Blakemore carried that football team to about as far as he could with more than 1,600 yards. He was the leading rusher in the Central Texas during the regular season. And the interesting thing about Andre Blakemore, he was a all-district linebacker last year for the Knights, switched over to offense, really carried the Knights to an excellent season, and 9-1 in the regular season, second round of the playoffs. Really impressive performance by Blakemore. One player that might have slipped through the cracks was a kicker from Liberty Hill, Michael Shipley. 17 out of 21 on field goals. That's a heck of a lot of field goals for a high school kicker. He actually made a field goal at the end of a game, 50 yards to send a game against Brownwood into overtime early in the season, and they wound up winning that game. Michael Shipley, fantastic football season. Hey, Justin Tucker was once an all-Syntex kicker for the Statesman. Maybe Mr. Shipley. What has he done lately? I don't know what happened to that guy after high school. I know. I think that he went to Texas. I'm pretty sure he went to Texas. At least the Texas A&M remember that he went to Texas. But let's switch gears right now. Equally impressive defensive players. What are some of the names that stand out on our all Central Texas first team defense? When you just watch a football game and the eye test from warm-ups through the game, Ondario Robinson, defensive end for Hutto. He's a Texas A&M pledge. He's 6'3", about 250. Just a force of nature on the football field. He was an easy choice for first team. You give me Ondario Robinson on my defensive front, and I'm going to win some football games. You give me Levi Jones, the great linebacker, rush in, whatever he wants to play. He can be an animal out there. He's going to be a great college football player. Fantastic player for Westlake the last 3 years. He's going to make some money in the NFL someday, my opinion. Watch out for Jordan Diver. Cedar Park defensive lineman, fantastic season. I thought he was the best defensive player on a team that had many good defensive players. And one of the funnest players to watch on defense was Allie Green for LBJ. He looks like a pro cornerback. He's about 6'2", 6'3". He's a good basketball player for the Jags, but he had 9 interceptions this year. And this is in a district that, aside from Reagan and Austin High, didn't really throw the ball. 9 picks, including, I believe, 3 in a district clinching win over McCallum. Very impressive showing by Allie Green. And here may be the most unusual pick of the entire first team, offense or defense. James Lynch, the great defensive lineman for Round Rock, actually makes the team as our all Central Texas punter. 43.7 yards a punt, by far the most of anybody in Central Texas. He is going to be known as a defensive lineman, and he's going to Southern California next year. Well, he decommitted from USC just a couple of weeks ago. And? So much like Bo Corrales, he's a free agent in recruiting. But this kid, there's a reason USC wanted him. He's 6'3", 275, great speed. Can you imagine being a punt returner? And that's the last line of defense on a punt return. You got to get around that guy. Trouble. Last but not least, at least I want a parting shot. TJ Simeon, I thought from Lake Travis, was an absolute monster, especially in the playoffs. He's one reason that they won state. Parting shot for you? I think that Simeon was one. I thought Austin Hiller. Austin Hiller was another guy. I thought Austin Hiller had a great championship game and run support.
in coverage. He's always organized, knows what he's doing in pass coverage. Austin Hiller had a great season, capped by that championship game.
Last but not least, we'll leave you with this. Lake Travis has 8 total players on first, second, and third teams total. So a fantastic season for Lake Travis. They get their just rewards. And Thomas, I want to thank you for filling in for the entire season. You've done an amazing job. Joe Harrington behind the scenes, you don't see his face, but he's rock solid behind the scenes, and he's the one that produces all of these great films. Thank you very much, Joe. And I think that's going to wrap it. It's been fun. It's been a fun year, wrapped up with a state championship. And we hope you've enjoyed our high school blitz from statesman.com. And until next year, we hope your favorite team wins.